As you know, the House and this committee have passed the Protection of Women and Girls Sports Act in an effort to protect Title IX, which the Department of Education has failed to do. As a parent of 2 female student athletes, I have a vested interest in this issue. Do you believe that requiring those women to undress in front of Lia Thomas and allowing Lia Thomas to undress in front of female athletes constitutes sexual harassment, yes or no?
I don't believe students should feel unsafe in any locker room.
Do you believe that it constitutes sexual harassment to force women to undress in front of biological males?
I do believe forcing women to undress in front of biological males is a concern and a sexual, yes.
So if Thomas identified as male, would requiring female swimmers to dress with him have constituted sexual harassment?
Can you repeat the question?
If Lia Thomas identifies as male, would requiring female swimmers to dress with him have constituted sexual harassment?
I think I know the line of questioning, and I'd be happy to entertain.
Just say yes or no.
It's not a yes or no question for me.
It is a yes or no question. Is it sexual harassment or not?
You can continue down. You can use your time to go down that line of questioning.
If female athletes are sidelined from participation in women's sports or are denied awards or other recognition only because a male who self-identifies as a girl competes in the sport, does this constitute sex discrimination under Title IX?
I'd be happy to discuss the merits of our proposal and hear your concerns about the policy, but this line of questioning
yes or no, do you think that female athletes sidelined from participation in women's sports, if they're denied awards or recognition because a male who identifies as a girl competes in the sport, does that constitute sex discrimination under Title IX, yes or no?
I believe the harassment and discriminations against transgender students is something that is rampant in this country, and as a department, we're proposing regulations to make sure that all students are seen and valued for who they are and given the same opportunities.
So under Title IX, under that interpretation, are you admitting then that Title IX, under your interpretation, no longer protects female athletes' equal opportunity on the basis of sex?
I'm proud of the work we're doing to make sure all students feel valued and seen in schools, and there are students right now that are hurting because elected officials have chosen to use their platform to further ostracize them, and we take pride in making sure
Why have you proposed regulation that will, under some circumstances, require schools and colleges to commit acts of sex discrimination under Title IX by permitting biological men to take the place of female athletes in women's sports?
If you look at our proposed Title IX regulations, that it doesn't do that. What it does is prevent blanket bans on students who are transgender and allows students to participate in co-curricular activities which are part of the education process.
But if those biological males are required to dress with female athletes, does that constitute sexual harassment?
Are you referring to transgender girls?
Yes.
I believe transgender girls should have access to all the experiences that public schools provide.
Why is it not, why do you not feel that female athletes should be protected from sexual harassment?
All athletes should be protected from sexual harassment.
But what you're saying is contradictory. Okay, I'm going to move on.
This line of questioning is amazing, and his answers, he as a person, make me utterly sick. He must not have daughters. If he said that, I missed it. Because what man would want his young, precious, impressionable daughters to have to look at male genitalia in a locker room? This is causing problems all over the country, whether it's assaults, indecent exposure. This is a real problem. And people who are running cover for this are sick, deprived, morally bankrupt individuals. There are 2 genders, okay? XXXY, men and women, period. Boys and girls, period. Men should not be undressing with women in locker rooms. These people are so busy pandering to the far left that they've completely lost their minds and sanity has gone out the window. And I don't know how we move forward as a country with people like this in power, making the decisions, because we are harming young girls and women everywhere and in every way. Whether it's getting up on that podium at a sporting event because a male has beaten them, whether it's getting a college scholarship. Now they're not getting that. They're deprived of that because a man or many men have beat them in their own sports. The Olympics. It goes on and on and on. It is pervasive. Women are being injured by male players in volleyball. Fencing, we just saw it recently. Every sport, MMA of course. And yet this is still happening. This is one of those situations that we really need a course correction because it's disgusting and completely immoral and completely wrong.